Welcome back to online classes. This is session 10 of learning the chapter, the demographic structure of the Indian society. In the last class, we were dealing with the topics which were given in the box 2.3. Today, I wanted to continue with the same topic which is given in the page number 28. The first point is, according to the National Sample Survey of 1999 and 2000, and from the 2001 census, we can understand some important fact. First point, there is a sharp fall in the rate of employment generation. The rate of employment generation means the creation of job. The rate of creation of job, according to survey and census, in between the age group 15 to 30, it was 2.4 during the years 1987 and 94. Again, I wanted to tell you that there was a survey and census which was conducted during 1999 and 2000 and also 2001. According to that, the conclusion is that there is a sharp fall with regard to rate of employment generation, which we can prove by comparing the data which were collected during 1987 to 94 and 1994 to 2004. During 1987 to 94, the rate of employment generation was 2.4 between the age group 15 to 30. But it was sharply fallen during the years 1994 to 2004. The data is 0.7 in rural area and 0.3 in urban area. It means what? The rate of employment generation was declining during this time. We can come to some conclusions. First one is that even though India is having more number of younger population, it means what? It can become part of the working class. We are not getting benefit of that. We are not getting the benefit of demographic dividend, which means what? The benefit which should get from the younger population when they become part of working class. This is very sad to see that in India, the young people are not provided with suitable job. It affects our economic development. That's why the rate of employment generation is declining over the years. Now we can come to the next point, the declining sex ratio in India. Sex ratio means the number of females per 1,000 males. In the previous sessions, we were learning that in the past or historically, the number of females were more than that of males. It means the females number was 1050 per 1000 males. The reasons are the females are having a better, what we can say, resistant power during during their infancy than that of males. The second reason is that the females are living more than that of males. But in the 20th century, the number of females started to decline. It was caused by some reasons that we will discuss. According to the table 3, we can come to some conclusions that sex ratio was declining in overall age groups. The table 3 entitled The Declining Sex Ratio in India 1901 to 2011. We can see the sex ratio, it means overall sex ratio, it was declining over the years. In 1901, highest ratio was there. It means what? There were 972 females per 1000 males in 1901. After 10 years, it means what? In 1911, it was declined to 964. It means what? From 72 it declined to 964. The decrease by 8 points. Then in 1991, there was the least ratio. 1991, the least ratio was there 927. It means what? There were 927 females per 1000 males. That was a sharp fall with regard to overall sex ratio. And when we study, we can understand that between 1961 and 71, there was a decrease of 11 points. The sharp fall happened during 1961 and 71 with regard to overall sex ratio. Now we can come to the child sex ratio. In the second column of table 3, we studied overall sex ratio. Now we can come to the specific sex ratio. It means what? Now we can make the ratio which can be studied from a specific age group, that is of 0 to 6 years. In the second column, we studied overall. There is no age group, particular age group ratio is not given, overall age group. In the fourth column, we can understand, from the fourth column, we can understand the child sex ratio, which particular age group is mentioned there, 0 to 6 years. And it started in 1961. The data of child sex ratio started to be computed or collected in 1961. In 1961, the ratio was 976 per 1000 males during the 0 to 6 years. Child sex ratio was highest in 1961, that is 976. After that, it started to decline. And 976, as I told you that, it was the highest child sex ratio, and highest overall sex ratio was 972. So we can come to the conclusion that when we compare overall sex ratio in 1901 and child sex ratio in 1961, we can come to the conclusion that the child sex ratio was higher than that of overall sex ratio. Then during the years 1991 to 2001, during the years 1991 to 2001, we can see a sharp fall, because in 1991, 945 was the child sex ratio. It means what? There were 945 females per 1000 males who belong to 0 to 6 years, and in 2001 it declined to 927. It means what? The decrease by 18 points. It was the sharpest fall in the history. This is all about what we can say the declining sex ratio in India. There was decline with regard to all all age group. It means overall age group and specific group, that is child sex ratio. Then next point we can see there, next paragraph, there is state-wise sex ratio is given. Before that, I wanted to tell you that the sociologists and demographers, they were very much worried about the decline in sex ratio in India, because there should be a balance between the number of females per the number of males. If the balance is lost, means what? Issues started to begin. Now we can come to the state-wise sex ratio in India. And first number is 900. 900 was the sex ratio, or under 900. Under 900 was the sex ratio of 6 states and union territories. There were union territories and 6 states, and the sex ratio of the 6 states and union territories were under 900. So that it is a shocking result that there are states which reports and union territories also which reports that below 900 sex ratio. It means what? There are 6 states in India where only 900 females are there per 1000 males. Then what about 793? 793 is the sex ratio reported from Punjab. This is the least number, the lowest number. The lowest sex ratio reported from Punjab. There were only 793 females per 1000 males. What about under 925? There are states which shows the sex ratio under 925. They are Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, all under 925. And we can see there are other states which shows the national average of 927, which include the states like Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Jammu and Kashmir, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Odisha. These were the states which shows the national average of 927. But it was the below 950 mark. And what about Kerala? In Kerala, even though there is the best overall sex ratio is there. In Kerala is the state where the overall sex ratio is the best. But the child sex ratio is what we can say very much less there, that is 963. 963 is the number which is reported in Kerala, that there are 963 females per 1000 males with regard to child sex ratio. And what about in Sikkim? Sikkim is what we can, in Sikkim we can see the child sex ratio is 986. So for your knowledge, I wanted to repeat the points again. What about the achievement shown in the state Sikkim? Sikkim has the highest child sex ratio. There were 986 females per 1000 males. What about Kerala? Kerala has some achievement because there the best overall sex ratio is there, but the child sex ratio is 963. And what about Punjab? Punjab is the state where least sex ratio is there, that is 793, below 800 mark. And what about 927? 927 is the national average, and there are some states which shows the sex ratio rate of 927. This is the national average. This is all about the paragraph. Now we can come to the next paragraph. What are the reasons why there is decline in sex ratio? We can come to the reasons why the sex ratio is declining in India. The first reason is that the mother's mortality rate was decreasing in the past, because women have to be healthy only when they can produce healthy children. It is very difficult to, what we can say, the women, they are feeling difficult to produce children because of during that time in the past we know that the availability of nutritious food was very much, what we can say, less. The women who belong to backward community, they were not healthy. So during the reproductive age group, while they are producing the children, during that time, they have to eat nutritious food only when they can be healthy. If the mother is healthy, they can produce healthy children. If the mother is not healthy, it may lead to the mother's death. Mortality rate was higher during the past. But nowadays the society improved, transition happens, so the women, they start to eat nutritious food, supply of medicine. In such a way we achieved a lot of changes with regard to mortality rate. Mortality rate was decreasing. But there are other reasons why sex ratio is declining. The reason is son preference. The society gives more importance to the birth of son. This is all about this session. I want to conclude the session by telling some important points. We can repeat. There was census and a survey during 1999 and 2001. The study says that there is a sharp fall with regard to the rate of employment generation. Next, we studied that even though India is a younger populated country, India is one of the youngest countries in the world. This benefit we are not utilizing. The government is not utilizing this benefit. Next point, the declining sex ratio in India, both overall sex ratio and child sex ratio were, what we can say, declining, which we can prove by the help of the table 3. The last point we were discussing the reasons behind declination of sex ratio. In the past it was mother's mortality rate. In the present it is caused by the son, what we can say, preference. Now I would like to give you some questions to be answered. First question: analyze the table 3 and bring out the ideas conveyed from it. Second question: make a comparative study among the states which show the sex ratio decline. This is all about the question. Hope you will read the lessons. Hope you will understand it. Read again. You have enough time to learn. So, bring your best to your study. God bless you. Thank you.